Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the free hour. It is your boy Tree, your boy Trevor Turner, back with another episode of the free hour ABCs, the ABCs of Tree. Thank you so much again, man, for tuning in. Today we are on the letter O, and we're going to be talking about overcoming obstacles. We're going to be talking about overcoming obstacles, and we're also going to touch a little bit on opportunities. We're going to talk about how the fact that every obstacle that we come across is actually an opportunity in disguise. And this is probably going to be one of the shortest videos that I've ever done because it's just so simple. There's really only two mindsets that we have to have, and these are mindsets that we can have at the same time when it comes to obstacles. See, the first thing we need to know about obstacles is that obstacles they're just things that are meant to either slow us down. There are things that are meant to make us change our approach. There are things that are meant to make us maybe change our method real quick. But obstacles are not something that are designed. They're not something that are put in place. They're not something that we're going to run across that is going to stop us. And that's the reason that a lot of times when people come across obstacles is that they get so upset is because they look at these things and are things that are designed to stop them from getting to their destination, that are stop them from getting to their calling, that stop them from getting to their purpose. And the thing about obstacles, look at an obstacle course. Look at something when people are running like those mud runs or those Spartan runs, or they're running like those the Crucible, or they're running whatever for military training. They're running these obstacles, and none of those obstacles are designed or meant to stop that person from getting to the end. Every single one of those obstacles is designed to make that person approach it in a different way. It is an opportunity. It is an opportunity to approach something in a different way. It's an opportunity to take a look at the way that you're coming at things. It's an opportunity to take a look at your mindset. It's an opportunity to take a look at your motivation. It's an opportunity to take a look at your methods. Every single obstacle we come across is an opportunity for that. Okay? And the mindset that we need to have, the very first mindset we need to have when it comes to obstacles, we need to actually have no mindset at all. We need to be mindless. We need to have a mindless dedication. We need to have a mindless devotion to what it is that we are trying to achieve. We need to have a mindless drive to get to our destination. We need to have that mindset that says, you know what? I don't care what comes up in front of me. I don't care what comes up to the side of me. I don't care what tries to get in my way or slow me down. I am going to get to this destination. I'm going to get to point B. Whether I have to go, and circle around and go to point C first and then come back to point B, or I have to circle around this way, or I have to go under something, or go over something, or burst through something, I'm going to get to B regardless. We need to have that mindless dedication, that mindless motivation to say, you know what, no matter what comes, I'm not going to let it deter me. I may let it slow me down. I may let it change my approach. I may let it change my mindset. I may let it spark some extra motivation in me. I may let it spark some aggression in me. I may let it spark something that's been missing from what I'm doing. I may let it spark the need to connect with other people. I may let it spark any of those things, but I am never going to let it slow me down. I am never going to let it stop me. And a lot of times what happens is when we come against those obstacles, the reason we come against those obstacles is because we are chasing after the side effects or the side functions or the side manifestations of the things that we're chasing. Because a lot of times, a lot of us, especially people who watch stuff like this, man, the reason that we're frustrated with where we are in our lives right now is because we know that our calling is just so much bigger. And the reason that we have all these obstacles in the way is because we know that our calling is going to bring certain things. We know that our callings are going to bring material wealth. We know that our callings are going to bring so many people around. We know that our callings are going to bring so much. And we get focused on those side things. See, there was a video I seen. There was this dog, German Shepherd. He's standing in front of a hockey net, right? And the dude it's a whole bunch of balls and a whole bunch of, footballs and baseballs and basketballs and, little plastic balls and dog treats and dog toys and all of that shit, right? and there's one puck, one black puck. There's even like other little plastic pucks and all that shit, but they ain't the real puck. There's one black real puck, and the dude is just hitting all of this stuff toward the goal, right? All of it's going in, and the dog is just laser focused. He's not giving a fuck about none of that shit, right? And the dog is just laser focused. Boom, boom, thing going past him. This goes past him, this goes past him, that goes past him. And he's just laser focused. Every time that stick comes near that puck, though, you see him ready. You see him on it. Until finally he hits the puck. And he catches it like that. He catches it like that. Because some of the reasons that a lot of us have obstacles that come in is because we're focused on the side shit. We're focused on the thing that is going to come about as a result of our calling. We're focused on the things that are going to run adjacent with our callings. We focused on the things that are not exactly our calling, but are kind of similar to it or kind of like it. And we come across these obstacles because these obstacles are designed to get us back to going towards the destination that our calling is actually on, or on the road that our calling is actually on. We've maybe even gone all the way off the course and calling the fence to the course, or calling the wall that lines the course an obstacle, calling gates into other people's roads and other people's paths and calling them obstacles. But don't let me get too far on that, because a lot of us, we are actually going to come across real obstacles, and I don't want to blame anybody for those things. But look, once we have that mindless devotion, and that mindless dedication, that mindlessness that says no matter what is going to come, no matter what is going to try and get in my path, no matter what is going to try to squeeze me, no matter what is going to try to crush me, no matter what is going to try to stand in my way, I am going to get to where I'm going to get regardless. It becomes so much easier just to push through. It becomes so much easier just to walk through those things. It becomes so much easier just to go around those things and act like they don't exist. It becomes so much easier to become the bigger person and go over those things. When we talk about character development, we talk about getting better, we talk about becoming, that's what we mean. We talk about going over those obstacles. Those obstacles were designed to block a smaller person. So in pursuit of your calling, in pursuit of your goals, when you become the bigger person, you are going over those obstacles. And even going under those obstacles, knowing that some of those obstacles are there because you may have gotten too far ahead of yourself, or your head may have gotten too big, or whatever the case, and getting back to ground zero, getting back to square one, getting back to the original main thing is going under that obstacle, going around it acting like it don't exist, or just pushing through it. Motivation, dedication, mindlessness. And those are the mindsets that we need to have to overcome obstacles. The second mindset that we need to have is we need to be able to see every single obstacle as an opportunity. Everything that we come across, every no, every block, every you can't do this, every why do you think you can do this? Why do you think you're qualified to do this? Why do you think we should listen to you? Why should we care what you got to say? Every single obstacle, you didn't make your quota. Every single obstacle, you didn't get that job that you wanted. You didn't get that promotion. You didn't get that pay raise. Every single one of those things is an opportunity. It is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to take a look at things in a different way. It is an opportunity to maybe just even reinvigorate or reignite your motivation. It's an opportunity to take a look at yourself. It's an opportunity to take a look at your methods. It's an opportunity to approach things in a new way, or maybe it's just an opportunity to kick a motherfucker's head off. Period. Everything that we come across that tries to slow us down, everything that we come across that tries to knock us down is actually an opportunity to build us up. Everything. And we need to have that mindset that can be mindful enough. And that mindfulness comes from having gratitude. That mindfulness comes from knowing where our choices are going to take us. That mindfulness also comes from being present in the moment, present in the now, being able to look at what's going on and say, what is this situation demanding from me? What is this situation? What is the What is this situation going to spark in me? What about this situation is going to make me a better person in the long run? What about this situation is going to build me up? What about this situation is going to make me stronger? Or how can I approach this situation in a different way? How can I knock this situation on its ass? How can I climb over this situation? How can I get through this situation? What is it that I need to be doing differently? Or what do I need to be doing more of? Or what is it that I need to cut out? Or what is it that I need to add in? Or who can I call to help with this situation? Every single obstacle that you come across is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to get better. And I look at it like this. Every single no that I hear is a step closer to yes. And the reason is because that no is an opportunity to go back and make what it is, that product, to make what it is that you're presenting to people, to make what it is that people are saying no to better, so that the next time they will have to say yes because they have no choice, because it's just that good. Or maybe that person isn't the person that you need to be getting the yes from. Maybe that thing that you're presenting is good enough, but after you take it back to the drawing board and you work on it and you say, you know what, there's really not much there's not many touches I can put on this to make it too much better, and you take it to somebody else. And you find out that that person saying yes in the beginning would have been a waste. That person saying yes in the beginning would have kept you from getting to the person you needed to get to, the second person who said yes, or that second company who said yes, or that third company who hired you after all of these interviews, that company that lets you work remotely so you can work on your dreams at the house, even though it's like $1 less in pay. That company that actually gives you all that vacation time, the company that gives you all that extra maternity leave, the company who has a better insurance plan and health plan, that said yes to you when those first companies said no, even though those first companies don't got none of that shit. That third company that has room for growth and opportunities for advancement, opportunities for you to bring in your ideas and make that company better and get recognized for it, get stock options and shit like that, get promotions, get corner offices, get put up at the top. And that first company didn't have none of that for you, but you were lamenting the fact that they said no, not looking at the fact that every no is a step closer to a better opportunity. Every no is a step closer to a yes that is better for you. And that's the mindset that we need to have when we come across obstacles, when we come across things that come into our way. We need to have that mindset that says this is an opportunity. And that mindset goes along with the mindlessness, because we mindlessly look at everything as something that is not going to stop me from getting to my destination. Nothing that comes into my way, except for me dying, is going to get in the way from me doing what it is that I want to do. Nothing. And even dying ain't going to get in my way, because I believe in something that I'm going to go somewhere else and be able to fulfill my calling anyway. So literally nothing is going to get in my way. Nothing. And when you have that mindset to where you say, I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck who tries to tell me no. I don't give a fuck what they try to do to me, what they try to take away from me, where they try to put me at, what they try to tell me, none of that shit. I don't care. When you have that mindlessness, it's easier to look at things and say, okay, I see something's trying to slow me down. I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let it derail me. I'm not going to let it slow me down. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm not going to let it make me give up on what it is that I'm going to do. But how can I turn this into something that makes me better? How can I turn this into something that makes what I'm trying to bring to people just that much better? How can I turn this into something I can use and give to other people? How can I turn this into something as the reason that I succeed? A lot of times we look at obstacles as something that is going to be the reason we don't succeed, when in actuality, it is the reason we are going to succeed. A lot of these obstacles, a lot of these things that are trying to get in our way, a lot of these no's, a lot of these losing our jobs, a lot of whatever the case, they are the reasons that we are going to succeed later on in life. I was watching Leslie Jones. She was on Instagram. She was talking about how Oprah, when she was 23, she was fired. And she said, imagine firing Oprah. And the dude was like, oh, that was a mistake. And Leslie was like, no, that wasn't a mistake, because when she got fired, she wasn't Oprah. She was just a young kid who didn't even know what she wanted to be, or else she wouldn't have been working there in the first place. She needed to get fired to become Oprah. Every obstacle is actually a building block to your success. It is actually something that is going to make you become the person you need to become to succeed, to bring what it is that you know you're trying to bring already to the forefront. And that's how we overcome them obstacles, man. That's how we get past it. It's just as simple as that. It's the way we look at obstacles, because obstacles are going to happen. Obstacles are going to happen. Look, man, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But at the same point in time, if it was that easy, wouldn't nobody want to do it at all? Nobody who was actually worth it would want to do it. If what you're trying to do was that easy, I bet you wouldn't even want to do it. You'd just be like, man, what's the point? It's not worth my time. It's too easy. Because I know people are lazy, but we ain't got that lazy yet. And it's the way that we look at obstacles. It's also the way that we look at the side shit. The shit that we're getting distracted by. The stuff that we know that our calling is going to bring us into. The stuff that we know that our talents are going to bring us into. And we're looking at those things like they're the main things. And forgetting about the main thing and not polishing it, not making it better, not working at it, not doing everything we need to do so our main thing can help us get through these obstacles to get to them other things. You know? And then also we just need to have that mindlessness. We need to have that mindlessness to say that no matter what's going to happen, I'm getting through it regardless. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I don't care if nobody watching at the beginning of what I'm doing. I'm going to do this for 5-10 years and something's going to happen regardless, right? It's not failing. It's not giving up after a year thinking that you failed. You haven't failed yet. You haven't failed yet. You are just coming across enough obstacles to start making you into the person that you need to be to actually succeed even further down the line. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because I was looking at this UFC fight. It was on the Derek Lewis Nascimento main card. I think it was the first fight. It was two heavyweights. One dude was undefeated. The other dude, he had a 4-fight win streak. Now, the dude coming in undefeated, he was real good stand-up. And the other guy, he was better on the ground. So what happened was he would lure him in, trap him, get him in the clinch, get him to the ground. And the other guy, he was too new. He was too untrained and untested in being on the ground to be able to even get back up. Now and it was a loss. He lost. And he lost like unanimous decision. It was pretty bad considering that all his fights had been first round stoppages or knockouts. Every single one of his fights, and he was undefeated. Now, do you think that fight is going to make that person go back and say, I'm never gonna fight in the UFC again? Do you think that person is going to go back and say, you know what, I'm never going to risk it. I'm going to go fight in some type of association or division or company or promotion, whatever the case, that only lets me fight on the feet? No, that motherfucker is going to approach it with a mindlessness that says, you know what, that dude will never beat me again. That technique will never beat me again. That method will never beat me again. This is an opportunity to get my ground game up. This is an opportunity to get my training more rounded and more broadened to the fact that, you know what, I may not become a Brazilian jiu-jitsu master overnight, but I guarantee you this, if a motherfucker take me down, I'll be able to get up. Everything is going to be an opportunity. And that's the same way we need to look at life, because life is going to knock you down. Life is going to try and hit you in the mouth. Life is going to try to tell you that your dream is not going to happen. Life is going to tell you that your calling is not going to happen. Or even if you get to the point where you're like so close to it and you can smell it, you can see it, you can touch it, or even you've taken a step into it, and then life comes around and tries to knock you down from it. That is still opportunity. And that's the way we overcome obstacles. All right? Thank you so much once again for watching. This has been the Free Hour. Your boy Trevor Turner, Free Hour ABCs. The ABCs of tree, and that's been the letter O. overcoming obstacles, and a little bit of opportunities. All right? Make sure to like the video, share your thoughts with me, share it with other people as well. All right? Deuces.